This channel supports St. Jude's Research Hospital for Children and is a part of their Play Live charity drive. For more information on how to join as well as how to donate, please head to the description and click the link at the top of it. Remember, any and all support is appreciated, so feel free to give and support in any way you can. Thank you for your participation. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and this is going to be a kind of sad and somber old gamers rant. I broke out the face cam because, you know, I need to just let you guys understand how this makes me feel right about now. So today, March 4th, 2015. This is the 15th anniversary of the release of the PlayStation 2. And when I saw that news, I was like, God damn, 15 years. Good Lord, I'm old. And if you guys can't tell that I'm older, I mean, look at all of this right here. It's like mad gray hair all over the place. Although that's not necessarily a mark of age, because I know people younger than me who have gray hair, but I mean, I'm old. Let me just break down to you guys how old. And I decided to go back and look up some things and just really realize how much of a quote-unquote gaming OG I am, so to speak. So when the Atari 2600 was released, I was about a couple of months away from being 2 years old. Not going to tell you the dates. You guys can look that up yourself. That way, if you want to date me, you can. But this is just the beginning of my history when it comes to gaming and how old I am and how much I'm seeing. So, Atari 2600 came out. I was 2. I actually got an Atari 2600 for my 6th birthday. That was my first gaming console. I mentioned that before, I think, but had an Atari 2600. I was, gosh, when did let me check, when did it come out? Nintendo Entertainment System? Let's look this up. I forgot to look that part up. Okay, so the Nintendo Entertainment System, when the Famicom was released in Japan in 1983, North America, the Nintendo Entertainment System was released in 1985, and I just realized that I dated the fuck out of myself, so I guess you guys don't have to do any research now, because I done fucked up already. But at the time that the Nintendo came out, I was 9. Yeah. And I got it when I got it for Christmas, I was actually 10, because my birthday came after that, so yeah, I was 10 years old when I first had a Nintendo. Fathom that. That's the first year Nintendo came out. I was 10. Let's see. Moving down the line of dating myself and making myself feel old. Let's see. Dreamcast. I was around for that. Of course, I was around for the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo was the next system that I had. I didn't have a Dreamcast. But let's just go by the systems that I've owned to show my age. So, and it's funny because the Super Nintendo came out at the perfect time. My birthday was a week later. I was 15, and that's when I got the Super Nintendo for my 15th birthday. So I was 15 when the Super Nintendo came out. Next system that I owned was the N64. So we're gonna Google that one up right here. N64. I was. Oh wow. I was, damn. Sad people, sad. So, when the N64 came out, I was about to be legal. I was turning 21 that year. God damn. I was 20 when that shit came out. And a couple of months after it dropped, I was able to drink my ass off. Which, oddly enough, I remember, my birthday happened to fall somewhere close to, I think it fell on close to a weekend. Didn't matter, because I was out of high school anyway, and I was doing school and working part-time at a college. So I didn't really have to worry about getting up early. Neither did my best friend. So we hung around at my house till midnight because there was a liquor store a couple of blocks away from where we lived at the time that stayed open until like 2, 3 in the morning. So as soon as it hit midnight, we walked up there. I showed him my ID, and I remember the guy saying, "Damn, you didn't wait that long, did you?" So that was a funny story right there in itself. But yeah, I was turning 21 when the N64 came out, and that was the next system that I owned. Now I owned a PlayStation 1, but I didn't get it at launch. But still, you know, I was around for the PlayStation 1. Original PlayStation came out in Japan, and okay, that's not bad. That's 1994. 1995 in the States, so I'm still 19, 20 years old. But yeah, so you know, yeah, it's still pretty old. I mean, at this point, I'm getting to the point in the timeline of gaming history where a lot of you guys probably were just being born, which makes it worse. Makes it so much fucking worse. But I didn't own a PlayStation 2 actually. I did eventually get a PlayStation 3. Of course, PlayStation 3 came out in 2006, and by this time you guys pretty much know the deal about how old I am. Basically, I've been around to see a lot of consoles launch, a lot of consoles leave. I mean, I saw the Sega Master System. I played on it. I played on the Genesis as well. I saw the Sega Fold, you know, with the Dreamcast. Saw their flub with the Sega 32. I remember all of that. You know, I remember Acclaim. You know, these are publishers. This is a publisher that you guys probably don't know anymore. I remember back in the days when I used to be a PC gamer, where Interplay was such a big thing. Sierra was huge. I remember they just re-released Homeworld, a collection of Homeworld through the guys who made Borderlands. I forget, their name escapes me right now, but the original publishers were Sierra. I remember when Sierra was huge in computer gaming. You know, I remember Microsoft when they used to make video games for the PC more often and make PC gaming specific hardware. You know, it wasn't that you got an Xbox 360 controller and plugged it in. The birth of the grandfather of, or should I say, I guess you could say the father of the original Xbox controller and the grandfather of the Xbox 360 controller, I guess you could say, was the Microsoft Sidewinder. They used to have a Sidewinder series of controllers. It was, you know, a gamepad. They had a joystick for their flight simulators, but they used to always release their flight simulator games. I don't even think they release those anymore. They had flight simulator and train simulators, but I think those like went out the window. Once they started producing their own console, eventually they just faded out as a PC game publisher directly, like having their own studios make and publish PC games like that. So yeah, I remember all of that. Yep, Xbox launch, everything. The fiasco with the Xboxes, the returns people had to make, and how shady they were. But then they came with the 360, and that, you know, helped. But the thing that got Microsoft over the most, of course, was Xbox Live, because there was no way in hell the original Xbox was going to survive without Xbox Live, because it had so many technical problems. I knew someone who returned 3 of them within a span of like 2 weeks, because they just would, like, they weren't well made. As huge as those things were, they weren't that well made. So that's why PlayStation 2 was able to continue to kick its ass even when it dropped Xbox Live. But Xbox Live was the coming of, you know, PlayStation 3's doom anyway, because Sony didn't really take the online gaming thing that serious at that time. They eventually came up with the modem once they came up with Final Fantasy. Forget was it 11, the first online one that they had, and things like that. But you know, it was like one of those. Well, people seem to like this. I guess we should do it too, just to do it. And that's where SOCOM got its going from. But Sony wasn't really that dedicated into the online gaming experience, and it took Xbox Live whipping their ass for them to get to the point where they are now, which a lot of people would say still is quite behind what Microsoft does. But that's not the story. The story is I'm old, and that's the general point of this video. So sorry for the long old man ramble, but I just thought that was interesting. Happy birthday, PlayStation 2. You know, I never owned one, but I always had access to one because I had family who had it. Played some cool games on there. PlayStation 2 was a cool system. I remember it was like the first DVD player we had in our house when my sister and her kids moved in. And again, dating how old I am. One of my older sister's daughters was in high school dating someone who used to bring over his PlayStation 2, and he actually left it for a few days, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, that's it. As always, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. Let me know what your gaming history is as well. Date yourself gaming. Where would you say you fall in the lines? Are you an OG like me? Are you like one of the more newer comers to the thing? Would you say you're more mid? You know, you're in the middle age of gaming, whatnot. Let me know your history with gaming and, you know, all of that. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll holler at you later. Deuces.